Winter cut day 31. Bicep and back today. I am looking forward to it, although I do prefer back and biceps at the LA Fitness I go to. I do like it still at the boxing gym. The only downside is the lat pull down isn't very stable and you can't really groove your legs into it, so you're just kind of free floating, when you're pulling it down. So we're gonna hit definitely some chin-ups after some single arm dumbbell preacher curls, single arm dumbbell hammer curls, and then after that we're going to do chest supported dumbbell rows, wrist curls, and that's pretty much my bread and butter for the week. That's my pull day, and I enjoy it. If there's one thing I could change about it, it would definitely be to always have the machines that I love, because I feel like back day is very heavily dependent on some of the machines I like. But there's no rule that says you can't progress and do pull-ups and chin-ups. I love those. Those are going to work really well. There's no rule that says you need machines to progress. That's not real. So we're going to work with what we got today. But in the meantime, I'm actually going to make a coffee. So let's see. I'll get a better angle for you guys. I made a video on all platforms yesterday talking about how to get big forearms. And it seems like a lot of people miss the mark with forearms and just muscle groups in general. They will decide for some reason that it's good to go light no matter what, even if you can handle heavy weight, and that you should just try to go and aim for a burn or something like that. And I noticed a couple crowds who do that. Men with their forearms and women with their glutes. They just go for a burn a lot of the time, and you'll have booty influencers saying, "Oh, well, you go, on the Stairmaster and set it to a difficult setting, and just get a good burn in your glutes, and that's going to give you good glutes." Well, no, that's wrong. You also have men saying, if you just do really light wrist curls and go for a burn, high reps, it's just going to be this amazing thing and your forearms are going to grow from it. But don't go too heavy because that's dangerous. Now, the reason both of them are wrong is because the secret to muscle growth, which isn't really a secret, we've known this forever, progressive overload through mechanical tension. Now, well, that might sound like optimal, nerdy science, but the thing is, mechanical tension is just when your muscles are experiencing very, very, very high levels of motor unit recruitment, and they have an opportunity to actually take that tension and adapt from it. Anything more than 5 reps, and those extra reps aren't getting mechanical tension. So like, for example, if I did a set of 10, the first 5 reps wouldn't really be giving me any sort of meaningful stimulus. But the last 5 would be where I have very high degrees of motor unit recruitment. Those last 5 hard reps where the reps slow down without you being able to control it. Those are the reps that produce growth. So the same thing goes for any muscle, glutes to forearms to calves, anything. It's going to work if you stick to the basics, stick to the fundamental principles of muscle growth, and you could even forget all the sciencey stuff that I said. The trick is, go heavy. Don't go absurdly heavy like a powerlifter, but go heavy like a bodybuilder would. Sets of 5, right? I say sets of 4 to 6, but that's my personal preference. But again, it depends on, I will say this, it does depend on the exercise. For example, I really would not want to do a set of 5 on side raises. I just don't feel like that would groove right with my shoulder, just because it's just so heavy. And it's a sensitive movement. But if I decided to do a set of 5 on wrist curls, that's more than doable, because not only is it pretty easy. Wrist curls aren't that hard. As long as you're doing it in a safe range of motion, it'll feel right. So anyway, we have some coffee here in the love mug. And I have to slam this down. It gets really hot. So I'm going to put in about 3 ice cubes. This is the trick that I use to just slam down coffee. I put down a couple ice cubes first. That way I don't, have a internal nuclear furnace inside of me. And it just melts real quick. Maybe it spills a little. We clean that up. So my chest is actually very sore today. From yesterday's chest day, I could not believe how sore my chest was when I woke up this morning. I mean, it was even sore last night whenever I was leading up to bedtime, but I didn't think that when I woke up it would feel like somebody got a meat tenderizer and just smashed my chest in. On top of that, my triceps are actually sore. I realized that I do 16 sets of triceps a week, and I was like, what the heck, man? So I'm going to try to reduce that. I'm not really sure if you should count wide grip bench towards tricep pressing volume. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, but I do know that it is work that you're getting in. So if you don't count those sets, that I am in reality getting 8 sets. I think anybody who's watching this, if you're into training, I'm sure you've written yourself a program or have one from somebody else. I would look to make sure that per week, you're not doing an insane amount of volume per muscle. So for example, if you're doing 6 sets for, every muscle group, and then all of a sudden you realize that there's overlap in one. So on chest day, you're doing tricep push downs, and you're doing, whatever else, and overhead extensions, let's say. And on shoulder day, you're doing the same thing. That absolutely counts towards volume, and that might be of concern, because then you're probably overtraining, and you're not actually going to recover fast enough to see genuine gains. So that was actually happening to me for a while, the past, I'd say, couple months. I added in a shoulder day, and I was kind of wondering why my bench plateaued. Now, although my shoulder press was increasing, my bench plateaued. And it was bad because it wasn't improving at all for a while. So what I did was I looked at my program and I figured out that I was doing way too many sets of triceps, and I realized that shoulder day is too close to my chest day, and it was impeding my recovery. So, long story short, don't overtrain, because you're probably not going to see the greatest results. Anyway, we got to slam this down. Hope it doesn't get on my mic. Even if it did, the little foam muff would block it probably. But who knows? Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. I think it's always beneficial to start your morning with 1 set of making your bed. Depending on if you get some stanky breath, maybe 1 to 2 sets of brushing your teeth. Anyway, I will see you guys in the gym. Oh, I almost forgot my liquid IV. Okay. We gotta be kind of quick because we do have to leave pretty soon. But, no worries. I think it's key to always have electrolytes if you're somebody who does anything remotely physical. Or just, a human, or just really anybody. I think everybody needs electrolytes. It's such a fundamental thing. And, but especially if you're not active, you definitely need them. So, a 1 and a 2 and a chick. The thing with those powder, packets of powder, whether it's electrolytes or some kind of pre-workout, when you empty it out into the drink, you still have a little bit left even when it feels fully emptied. So what I do is I just fill it up with some more water, and it allows me to actually pour more electrolytes in there. I mean, maybe it's just a negligible difference, but hey, at least I'm not wasting anything. Let's suckle this sumptuous sweetness. I'll see you in the gym. Alright boys, single arm dumbbell preacher curls, just like we planned. I'm fully warm at this point, so we're gonna go for 45. I wanna get at least 7 perfect form reps. We got this. You can see the brachialis through the shirt. Anyway, let's get to some dumbbell hammer curls. Whoosh. Whoosh.
I don't know if you guys can see because the angle is pretty high up, but I got a 35 on my waist. I'm hoping that I will be able to get a sizable amount of reps up to like 5. And if this feels really light, I'll just treat it like a warm-up. Move up to 45, but I don't know. I don't want to be putting numbers on things that I haven't done in a while. See how it feels and then move accordingly. And let it be known that this is my first time doing like any kind of curling before pull-ups, and I'm still able to rep them out. So excited to see how much I could do here. The cleanest reps of 45 I've ever done. Now granted, there was a little bit of kipping, a little bit of momentum. So I definitely could clean it up more. But yeah, it was the range of motion I wanted and everything. I weighed 195 total during those chin-ups, and I'm gonna do 75% of that value, which is basically my body weight. So yeah, no weight for this set. Rest pause. My shadow looks so cool. What the heck?
All right, guys. I just want to address a few things as well. So, number one, I forgot to record my wrist curls and chest supported dumbbell rows. It is what it is. I thought I did record it. I set up the angle and everything, but I guess it just didn't, record. So, anyway. So, I was watching my video and I saw myself at a lot of very unflattering angles. A lot of angles that a lot of people would just be like, oh, dude, you look like you don't lift. And it was angles where not only did I appear smaller, but the lighting was directly face on with me. And so it removed any sort of shadow that could contrast my muscles. Now, I could ignorantly look at a physique like that in those conditions and say, this guy's, I would never want to look like this guy. Like he's skinny or whatever. He doesn't have muscle or he just looks skinny fat. But the reality is, you're not always going to look perfect from every single angle. That's why you record in the gym, because you know you look better in the gym. That's why you record yourself with a pump, because you know you look better with a pump. Same goes for anything else. Are you going to take a picture of yourself in your bed and make that your profile picture? Or are you going to post a nice headshot of yourself with a suit and tie on? And if you're a lady, whatever is nice for ladies, like a dress, I don't know. I made a video recently that went super viral. It has like 5 million views now. And the thing is, I got so many comments that were just so hateful because it was me with a very transparent angle, no pump, no special lighting. And my physique looked very just normal. Didn't really look like anything special. And I basically shown that that was my 5-year transformation from 13 to 18. And I had described in the caption that basically, you know, I worked out on and off for those 5 years. I didn't really know much until very recently. And I only started taking it seriously within like the past year, you know, 2023. So with that said, when you include all those factors, do you still want to go and comment something like, bro, like, I would never want to look like that, or this makes me sad for naturals? It's like, here's my thing. If you are natural, you got to realize it does take time to be very flattering from, you know, different angles. And the majority of your favorite influencers on social media would also look very bad if they were put in bad lighting, bad angle with no pump. And you could also say the same thing about them. Oh, bro, I would never want to look like you. But the thing is, you have to realize that even in these terrible angles, they still look so much better than the average person who doesn't work out. So my entire point is, people have these insane, unrealistic body expectations from bodybuilding, and it's so treacherous for men, to be honest, because we literally look up to physiques that are on steroids, that are close to Mr. Olympia, if not Mr. Olympia, and we constantly are inundated with these, you know, cool bodybuilders, and, you know, it's great and all, but, and it's motivation to get into the gym and everything, but after a certain point, I think it just becomes unhealthy, and it kind of makes the gym community more toxic overall, and encourages you to have bad expectations. And I literally just know for a fact that there is not a single person who is willing to criticize somebody else for their physique, who actually would have a good physique in bad lighting, bad angle, no pump themselves. And I'm one who's transparent enough to show that, so my challenge to every other influencer would be, show yourself with no pump, a transparent angle, and normal lighting, to just show, and no flexing either, just to show people that you don't look like a Greek god all the time. Nobody should be judged on their worst physique. Nobody should really be judged on their physique unless they're in a bodybuilding competition. Otherwise, I think you should just be uplifting. That's my whole point. I don't know. That was a bit of a rant, but at the end of the day, I think we need to realize that a lot of these people on social media, including myself, use good angles, good lighting, and pose with a pump. And, you know, that can be deceiving as to how you should look, right, all the time. And, yeah, of course, once you get up in weight, you know, you get near 200 or 180 or something, and you're very lean, of course, people are going to instantly notice that you work out. You're going to look good from most angles, if not almost every single one. But especially somebody like me, who's, I consider myself an intermediate lifter, I'm not going to look amazing at every single angle, you know, but I am striving towards that. And I think I have some pretty intense goals that you guys are going to see happen in the future. And I'm going to, you know, be able to prove to myself that I can do these things and meet these goals and these, you know, like measurement goals, like 20-inch arms or something. And I'm going to look really good. But in the meantime, the goal is to get shredded. So we're going to get shredded first, or at least very lean. And then from there, we're going to put on lots of size, but we're going to do it in a controlled manner. So anyway, that was a bit of a long rant. Overall, the workout was really good today. I enjoyed it. I did feel really tired, and I was dealing with a little bit of low back pain, but, you know, it is what it is. Pull-ups went incredible, or chin-ups. I did the 45 for, I think, 4 very clean reps, and then the 5th one was iffy. But yeah, I mean, in preacher curls, I hit a PR. I got 7 reps with 45 in the best form I've ever had. And I actually was able to continue on more sets for endurance with 45 pounds for both my supinated sets and my hammer curl set. So I was really, really proud of that. And you know, reverse curls were great. I only did 1 set of that. Just feeling them out. But I think in the future, when I do reverse curls, I'm probably going to do it on a incline bench angle, and instead of doing a spider curl where I'm leaned forward, I'm going to do a spider curl but with a reverse grip, and that's going to complement the brachioradialis's leverages very well, and I'm going to get significant motor unit recruitment compared to the standing variation. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I won't be working out tomorrow, but you guys will probably get a video of some kind. Maybe a coffee talk or a protein shake talk, who knows. Anyway, take care, guys.